Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Meeting Opportunities in the Land of Venice. This is, of course, the second webinar from the restarting of the season, right after the break of summer. I hope all of you are rested because we're going to start once again talking about the beautiful region of Venice. Of course, today's webinar is organized by the Italian National Tourism Board of US and Canada. We want to thank all of you attendees. They're taking time off and sort of spending it with us to learn more about Italy and, in this case, the beautiful region of Veneto. Of course, I want to thank our US friends and Canadian friends as well, and as usual, our friends from Mexico and Puerto Rico. Thank you very much. Welcome back, and I hope you will enjoy today's presentation. Now, as I said, it's the beautiful region of Veneto. This is the eighth chapter of the multi-part series of this incredible region. It seems to never cease to amaze and having so much content, and therefore today we are concentrating, as the title mentioned, specifically on the MICE market and of course as a destination wedding as well. You will see and you will learn how Veneto fits perfectly well with your needs, both logistical and in terms of how spectacular the region is in terms of the next event that you can host here in Italy. Now, I want to start first and foremost, of course, with my boss, the Director of Promotion and Marketing of the Italian National Tourism Board out of Rome. Thank you very much, Maria Elena, for being with us. Ciao. And Maria Elena Rossi. So, on top of that, of course, from the beautiful region of Veneto, we have the Director of Padova Convention and Visit Bureau. We have Laura Favaretti. Ciao, Laura.
Hello, ciao to everybody.
Thank you for being with us. We also have Chiara Didone. She's a reporter and storyteller and a photographer. Chiara, ciao. Welcome.
Hi, ciao. Hi, everybody.
And last but not least, from incoming Marca Treviso, Elisa Siciliano. Ciao, Elisa.
Ciao.
Perfect. So before we get to them, I want to set the mood right. And as usual, for people who have seen our webinar before on the region of Veneto, let's set the mood right. Let's get to the beautiful region of Veneto, and then we get to our presenter. Thank you very much. Let's see a beautiful video on Veneto. So indeed, Veneto is everything you could imagine. And of course, today we are imagining our next beautiful event in the beautiful region of Veneto. So I want to, of course, leave now the microphone and the floor to my director, who I believe she's going to have a few things to say about what's going on in Italy, and especially specifically when, you know, how things are going right there. So Mariana, please take it away.
Yes, well, welcome everyone. It's an honor and a pleasure meeting you again after the summer break. And I by the way, I'm just back from Venice, where the International Film Festival has taken place and just finished. And it was the first international film festival which has taken place after Berlin in February. And I can say by participating and by awarding also the best movie showing Italy, which is a new award which which we have started at this occasion, especially. I can say that everything went very well. It was an international and very disciplined public which participated to the international festival, and this also showed the way we have managed, let's say, the reopening of the country for tourists. Of course, it's been a domestic, very much a domestic year this year. A lot of Italians traveling in Italy, as everyone has been doing around the world. But it has been also an occasion to perform the new protocols and the new rules that we all should respect. So I think that the tourism industry has very well performed, and also let's say the people who were traveling. So I think there is a big issue now for all of us is responsible and sustainable traveling is really the way that will allow us in the future to travel all as we so much wish. So as far as we see from the research, there is a strong push also from the US market and the Canadian market to travel back to Italy, and this makes us very happy because it's a very important market, both in values and in volumes, and so it's important for all of us to work together and to restart as soon, of course, as the conditions will be there. So what we've been doing during the last months is, of course, supporting the tourism industry on the one hand, and on the other hand, to keep high the awareness for the international public and the US and Canadian and Mexican public to, of course, always remember and keep top of mind Italy as a key destination. And I think it is very important, and as I said, the result that we see from the surveys confirm this interest. So it is so important for us to make such presentations, and today to have also a focus on the meeting industry and on the wedding industry, which is absolutely of key importance for value for all of us. And as I said, I mean, being part of a large event such as the International Film Festival, things can be done. Events can be successful even in these strange and uncertain times. So I think that Italy really was able to show how this is possible for all of us. So we're really looking forward for this presentation of our colleagues from the Veneto region, and so. I wish all of us a great webinar and success and a quick restart for all of us in the near future. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mariana. We needed some positive outlook to a situation that, of course, coming especially from the United States, seems gloomier and gloomier. But I think that it's really, really important to have a sense that things are moving ahead. So right now, I want to talk to Laura because we want to understand, okay, Veneto region is beautiful. Laura, as you already mentioned, this is already the 8th chapter of the saga. So most of our sort of attendees have gone through different art cities, different products. But I think that, as Mariana already mentioned, I mean, it's almost like a no-brainer thinking of Italy as an event, but specifically to the beautiful region of Veneto. And I think that it's a key to actually talk to you about all the things that are available that maybe our attendees are not quite aware of. So Laura, tell us why we should have our next event, even in the next future, in the beautiful region of Veneto.
There are so many reasons, Francesco, and thank you to everybody for attending this webinar, because it's a great pleasure for us to present to all of you in the US and in Canada. So thank you so much for being here. I'm the coordinator of a network of convention bureau in Veneto region. Veneto is the only region in Italy where every destination, every single city has a convention bureau. It also means that you can have help in every single destination, but at the same time you have one only contact that you can of course contact in case you need information, suggestion for location for your events, contact with the local institution. We are the expert of the MICE industry in our territory. We know how to do it, and even if you have only a contact behind me, I would like to greet and thanks all my colleagues, Enrico, Cristina, Roberta, Vladimiro, Alessandro, Giuliano. You know, we are a big team and we work for you to bring events in Veneto. So if you like, I would like to share my presentation with you and just want to show you a bit of imaging here. Here we are. And well, this is our logo that actually mix all the different destinations. So you see a little bit of Padua here, a little bit of Venice here, just to represent that we actually are a true network. Veneto, northeast of Italy, the main region in terms of touristic visitors per year. We have a lot. I know a lot of you attended already seminar about the region, so I won't use my time to explain you art, history, historical villas. I know that there has been a very nice webinar about that. But of course, the fact that the region is so rich, we have the mountain, the seaside, the hill, the spa, everything there is a plus as well for the meeting industry. Moreover, we know that with the MICE industry, transportation and the connection is very important. We have 3 international airports in our territory. Venice, of course, is the main hub. Then we have the Verona and Treviso. All of them are international. So let's say that every destination can be reached by flight in less than 1 hour. Moreover, we have a very good high-speed train in all over the region. In the north of Italy, connections are pretty good, and also the high road conditions are very good. So transportation is very easy, and you can also choose to combine more than one destination in your incentive, event, or convention. Veneto region, we call it the Land of Venice, as you know from our video. It's Venice and it's much more. We have 6 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in only one region. We have 315 museum institutes. But we really have a lot with MICE. We have 5 exhibition areas and 330 convention facilities that can be used for your events. Of course, I will not tell you every single location, but believe me, and you will see in the video, that some of them are really stunning. We have unique theater, special location in our beautiful destination. That's why we organize every year more than 700 events and conventions. We are perfect location as well for incentive. We have 16 wine routes. We have 43 golf facilities, more than 200 spa facilities. As I mentioned, we are a network of destinations, and in every destination, of course, you can organize more than one kind of event. But the nice thing about Veneto is that every destination has its own speciality, and let me tell you, what are these specialities? Belluno is perfect for sport events. Padova, the destination I come from, is perfect for scientific and medical congress. Rovigo, green meetings. Treviso, food and wine specialities. Venice, luxury events. Verona, music and romantic events. Vicenza, art and architecture. So every single city can offer you a lot, and our staff, you see here a picture of all of us, is at your disposal. I leave with you as well my contact, my email address, and NHUS as everything about us, and be sure that you can always count on us to organize your event in our region.
Interesting, very cool. Now, it's interesting that you have like this, also this different option. One thing that, before you keep on going, that I want to say, also, you're not, because the distances are so close, you're not really committed. If you go to Padova, you cannot go to Treviso, to Vicenza, because as you probably can explain later on, it's so close by that really it's a universe at your fingertips.
Absolutely, Francesco. It's very easy to combine more than one destination. From Padova, you can easily go to the Prosecco Road in Treviso. From Verona, you can easily reach, other destinations. So, of course, you can combine, or you can come more than one time to Veneto for your events. But, of course, Venice is definitely the main attraction in the territory. But more and more, we have a lot of people going around and discovering more about our territory.
Perfect. So let's start with Venice again.
Yeah, well, I will spend just a few words about the first three destinations, and then I will leave you with some videos to see some imaging about this city. Venice, as I mentioned, perfect for luxury events. Of course, it's a unique city. It's built on the water, the only city that can offer this. One of the world capital of culture and art. There are exclusive events like Venice International Festival, already mentioned before, traditional events like the Carnival, in which you can combine your events. And then we go to Padova, my destination. I'm the director of Padova Convention Bureau since 8 years. When after my traveling around, I decided to come back to my hometown to found the Convention Bureau thanks to the local institution. We have a new conference center that is under construction that will actually be open next year, and it's a pretty new building, as you can see in the rendering here. We'll also event up to 3,500 people, but also smaller event. And the city itself, because we have the second oldest university in Italy, and the first one where a woman graduated, which makes me very proud. It's really a perfect location for medical and scientific congresses. We have the Museum of History of Medicine, that is also a location for events. And then I will show you a bit more in my video where it's me actually with a different hair color, but you will see a little bit more about my city later on. And then Rovigo, which is another destination, a little bit unknown probably from abroad, but beautiful, and it's called the land between two rivers, the Adige and the Po, that makes it the perfect destination for green meetings, and you can really organize very original incentive and post-meeting activities, and my colleague Cristina, that is on the video, will show you a little bit more about that.
Let me ask you about Rovigo then, sorry, because
Sure.
I think of all the cities, probably the one I've heard the least.
Sure.
Do you think that Rovigo is more like set in sort of rural environment? I mean, the immediate surrounding of Rovigo are what? Countryside? What do you expect? What do you have around Rovigo?
Well, sure. Well, the city center is historical, so they have a very nice historical city center. They have a museum where they often host important art exhibition. Palazzo Roverella, it's really a very important museum institution in Italy. They will host Chagall in this period, so you see international artists. So the city center is very historical, and then you have a rural and agricultural as well countryside, in which there are several different things to do and activity to organize. First of all, boat. And the nice thing about Veneto is also that we have a lot of rivers. So mainly all our cities are with a river crossing the city center, which means that you can also travel from one destination to the other by boat. Of course, it depends on the number of people, and everything is, need to be set up for the request. But from Padova, from Rovigo, you can actually reach Venice by boat, and this can be the end of your experience in Veneto.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if you like, we can have a look at the video that we have for Venezia, Padova, and Rovigo, and then we come back.
Let's enjoy that.
Welcome to Padova, in the heart of Veneto region, in the northeast of Italy. How can I explain you in just 2 minutes how beautiful, lively, unique my city is? Let's start here, from this very unique place. We are in the botanical garden of the city of Padova, the oldest botanical garden in the world, which has also been included in the UNESCO Heritage List. This is the incredible view that you will have here, with this modern and bright building, which is also a conference and event location, up to 300 people, and the domes of Santa Giustina Church. According to the Virgilian Aeneid, the city was founded by Antenore, a hero escaping from the War of Troy, a legend that makes Padova one of the oldest cities in Italy. Padova is located 40 kilometers, 25 miles from Venice, which is also the nearest airport. Padova is a cultural and scientific destination. It is the city of Giotto, the Scrovegni Chapel, and the frescoes pictorial cycles of the 14th century. The city center is pedestrian. As you can see, a lot of markets are on the square. People ride bicycles and walk around the narrow streets. In Padova, you can organize your meetings and events in locations that mix art and history. This is Palazzo della Ragione. It is a religious destination with Sant'Anthony Cathedral, worldwide symbol of Christianity. It is a city of water with channels near the city walls that can be navigated. I wish you were here in our Sotto Salone, the covered market in Padova, where citizens and tourists can taste our specialities. Padova is surrounded by the Euganean Hills with a suggestive nature, historical villas, and the thermal district of Abano and Montegrotto. Did you know that Padova has one of the oldest universities in the world, dated 1222, and it is the first one where a woman graduated? It's now time for me to say goodbye from Caffè Pedrocchi in a very Italian way. We are looking forward to welcome you soon to Padova. Arrivederci.
Good morning everybody and welcome to Rovigo. I'm Cristina, in charge of Rovigo CVB. Our office supports institutions, companies, associations, PCOs, event agencies, tour operators in organizing cultural, sports and business events, even unconventional meetings, and offers suggestions to travelers to spend an holiday here. Behind me you can see Le Due Torri, 2 towers of ancient castle, one on the main symbol of the city. This year is 1,100 years old. The celebrations start in the autumn and will last until next year.
Hi, I'm Michael, a museum guide. Palazzo Roverella, as you can see behind me. And it's temporary art exhibitions. Don't forget to visit the next one, dedicated to Marc Chagall, a very important artist. The exhibition will start and open its doors on September the 19th.
Hi everybody, I'm a tourist operator. With me you can visit the Chiostro degli Olivettani and the Grandi Fiumi Museum, but also the Venetian villas in the surroundings of Rovigo. Some of them are perfect locations for meetings, gala dinners, and other very special events.
If you love theater, music, performing arts, remember that. From spring to autumn, Rovigo hosts cultural events and festivals. The ideal entertainment after a day of work.
Hi, I'm 19 years old and attend the Rovigo Music Conservatory, which welcomes 800 students from all over the world who love music.
Non abbiamo problemi nella testa, vogliamo fare cose dolci, come i tuoi sogni quando mi sogni.
Meeting Rovigo, meeting Green,
for many reasons in every season.
Great. You also have a rapper, which is great.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I have so many questions. I have a lot of questions because I meant to ask you while the video was going, but actually I liked the video, so I didn't stop. When we saw the video of Venice specifically, there was all those beautiful sort of little clips of big events, I guess, that would happen in the center. Especially one that I was very surprised. What is the hanging sort of piano midair? Do you know what event was that? There was at one point there was like a crew holding up a pianoforte up in the air. You know what event was that?
I think that was something linked with Carnival as well. I'm not sure if it was like a private event.
I think the things that it's that I got, especially from the Venice video specifically, it's really how outlandish and how really remarkable you can make either your event or with your visit in one of these places, just because the sky, in that sense, even the sky wasn't the limit, because they went up all the way up there to have that celebration. Was really remarkable. So please go ahead and let's move along with the presentation with the rest, because I know we have a few cities that we need to cover.
Thank you so much. So you see my screen now, and I will present you other 3 destinations, and then we see the video in the same way we did before. So Belluno, that maybe the name, it doesn't mean a lot to you, but if I say Dolomites, the Italian mountain, I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. So Belluno is the city inside the mountain, let's say, and it's the only Italian provincial capital located within a national park. Of course, you are surrounded by breathtaking mountain landscape. There are so many good options and facilities for open air meetings, experience in high altitude refuge, and much more. In February 2021, so just in a few months, in Cortina, we will host the Alpine World Ski Championships, and of course, it's in preparation to the big event that we will have in 2026 with the Winter Olympics game in Cortina and Milan. So I'll tell you a bit more when we see the image in scrolling about Belluno, and I go with the Vicenza. Vicenza is the ideal destination for art and architecture exhibition. It's the city of Andrea Palladio, a great sculptor, and the city is really an open-air theater, you will see later. It has a perfect mix of Renaissance architecture and modern design, very good museum and art gallery, and a very versatile and functionally congress center with high technological standard that can host your meetings and your events. Then we go to Verona, another very well-known destination for leisure, I guess, but it's also really perfect location for meeting. The Arena Opera can represent a reason to come to Verona. It's possible to organize a private event linked with Arena Opera, organizing pre and post special events during the opera, which takes place in summer from June to September. Then we have the Verona Fiere, the exhibition center, and Verona is a very important city for exhibition in general in Italy. And of course, again, we have the UNESCO side, UNESCO World Heritage side by the Lake Garda, so a beautiful lake is located very nearby the city center. They have the international airport in 15 minutes, and of course it's a fantastic mix of art, history, very good quality of wine. And then if you agree, Francesco, we go with the videos of Belluno, Vicenza and Verona, and we tell a bit more about this destination during the video.
Let's watch the videos. All right, so are we still in Italy? This is incredible. It looks like Nevada or where are we now? What are we
It
watching?
looks like the Grand Canyon, right? Well, actually, we are in the beautiful Dolomites, and there are so many, beautiful landscape, but also we have the facilities to host a meeting and event, because this is the most important thing. We are not speaking about 2 or 3 people traveling, but about groups and facilities. And the airport of Treviso is located in 1 hour, the airport of Venice in 1 hour and 10 minutes. So it looks like you are in the middle of nowhere, but it's actually quite easy to reach the destination. Here we have about 8,000 rooms between hotels and other accommodation that can be used for meetings and events. And then we have castle, we have several different beautiful venue, like the Castello di Zumelle, for instance, for 50 or 60 people in a very special castle in the middle of the mountain.
Oh, wow. The little town that we just saw, that's not Belluno, isn't it? It's the town we just saw.
Probably it was Feltre. I think it was Feltre and Belluno are quite nearby, and they are perfectly connected anyway.
All right. So where are we now? Where are we watching?
Let me see. I think that we moved to Vicenza, right? Okay, because I was speaking. Yes, Vicenza is a great destination. That is Palazzo della Ragione. Here we are. That is actually a fantastic venue as well for events. Inside you have this great palace in the heart of the city center where you can organize events. And then you have the Olympic Theater. That is the world's oldest enclosed theater, which is really impressive. Vicenza is very tiny, very all pedestrian, very easy to walk around, but it offers really a fantastic, very Italian true atmosphere. And then we have the Vicenza Conference Center owned by YEG, where it's possible to organize important convention with a plenary of 800 people. So of course it's also possible to organize big events. And music, of course, all over in Italy, always food and music.
Of course. But I mean, what I'm saying is that what I'm thinking is also when you say having an event in the city, but still these are really, really, especially for American standard, almost villages-like in terms of how crowded they are. I think so. It's a great opportunity to actually be in the city, but also absorb the Italian lifestyle, because the rhythm of the town allows you to actually take the whole town in and not feeling that you're crushed by traffic or by crowds. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in cities that are not let's say the main destination in Italy. I'm sure a lot of people attending the webinar are familiar with Rome and Florence and Milan. And of course, if you move from what is the main international destination, you have a completely different atmosphere. Even in a city like Verona, which is very well known abroad, but still, the life is very easy and very quiet and very livable. And Verona is surprising destination, and it's one of the 10 great wine capitals. So the wine of Valpolicella, the Soave, and much more. We have an important fair, which is Vinitaly, that takes place in Verona, and it's really incredible, the importance of this destination for wine and food in general. And then you have beautiful location for events. Again, at Palazzo della Gran Guardia, which is in front of the Opera Arena, can host event up to 300 people, and you are in a fantastic historical building. Then you have a Parco Sigurtà, for instance, which is a park actually, but it's fantastic to organize events there in the middle of the green and the flowers, and they host event up to 500 people. Also weddings, for instance. So really, and then the lake, which is located nearby, so you can combine the city and the lake.
Got it. Now, one thing I wanted to ask to make sure that so if I understand correct, I think from what we just saw so far, it isn't just what I think that I am taking myself is the fact that it isn't the Veneto or having an event in the cities isn't just to put in a beautiful frame. What most of this video has shown is the fact that your ability locally to handle very complicated and high-profile events, which I think also a testament, which I believe also is one of the main ingredients for a successful event, or having people on the ground who are professionally trained and they know very well and they have a high standard in terms of what an event should look like. Because we all know when it comes down to the event, it isn't just like the leisure market, the technical aspect, the ability to actually meet the demands of very sort of demanding clients, it really is important. So I think that what we have seen so far, because you made so many different examples of great events and complicated events that happen all year round or they have happened in these places, including a rural place where they're going to have the Winter Olympics, shows that there are people there that are able to handle it. So I believe from all the accounts of the city, there's one missing, and it's of course we leave the best for last, or at least we leave the beautiful city of Treviso, and we have with us Elisa. Ciao Elisa, who's been patiently waiting in the wings to tell us more about Treviso. So ciao Elisa, please tell us why Treviso it's also should be considered for our next event. Elisa, you froze up. Elisa, can you hear me? So, Lisa, can you hear me?
Ciao, can you hear me?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, now I can hear you. Sorry, everything stopped for just a few seconds. I'm sorry, it's because of my connection. Well, ciao everybody. I'm Elisa. I'm from Treviso, and well, the convention bureau of Marca Treviso is in the center of Veneto region, and we are partner of all the other destinations, as Laura already said. We have a lot of villas and castles that you will see on our video, but you're not going to see one, modern urban regeneration that includes an industrial area that is close to the airport. It's an old building with a huge area in the surroundings where it will be possible to host events up to 1,200 people. So it's a bit particular for us, and we're very proud because as we have a lot of very beautiful cities of art, we also have this industrial regeneration, and we are very proud of it. We also have relation with business network. One example is the Veneto Wedding Business Network, but also golf and cycling. And so in our region, we have a lot of industrial districts, as you maybe have heard about Nordica, Scarpa, Pinarello, and so on. And so also in the video, you will see the hills, the Prosecco hills, where you can, of course, drink the Prosecco wine, and you can also go cycling and have some active experiences over there. And there is all. Enjoy the video and see you in Treviso.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, awesome. Great. I will ask you a question. You're not done yet. Get ready. So let's see the video first.
Okay.
Right, perfect. So let's talk about for a second about Treviso, because Treviso is one. I'm not sure that our clients, they might have heard of it, they might sort of stop by on it. I think one thing that's very peculiar about the city that you cannot see in this video is, again, it has canals. So there is, that component that makes it so this special little town, but it's of course in dimension, it's much smaller and sort of contained, and it has this very sort of very well kept. Now, I want a question for you. When we talk about, sort of event and incentive, because of course we are trying to cover all the bases, going from the large congress, like you were mentioning, 1,000 down to incentive meetings and that kind of stuff. Now, one question that I forgot to mention, or to most of you, is the fact it's very important for our attendees to sort of picture when we talk about sort of the type of venues where that can happen. And so if you can expand for a second and give, like Laura gave a couple of example places, there are places that you would feel you want to mention in terms of how beautiful or how I would say unique are when it comes to this kind of event. So do you have a couple of examples you can share with us of places where you think will be a perfect spot to have sort of an event with, I don't know, 300 people, 200 people? I cannot hear
Yes,
you.
of course.
Okay.
But first of all, it's possible to check it on. Now, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. Well, we have some different kind of location. Is it possible also to check it on the website, because there's a searching box? But by the way, we have a huge castle in the middle of the Prosecco Hills, and it has, 5 or 6 meeting rooms, and there are up to 600 people, but the smallest one is up to 20 or 30 people, and it's very beautiful because you can also reach from there Belluno area, so the Dolomites, because it's very close, and in 10 minutes you can arrive directly to the highway, and so it's very fast to have the connection to the airport and so on. And so this is an example of one of the.
What's the name of the castle? I'm sorry.
Is Castelbrando. The name is Castelbrando.
Castelbrando. Okay, fair enough. So I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You mentioned that there are vineyards close by. The wines must be pretty good.
Yes, of course, vineyards and horse riding and cycling path and so on. And the other one, that is very particular.
What's the name of the wine that you drink there?
Oh, the wine is the Prosecco. It's the Prosecco wine. Yes, the sparkling and very famous Prosecco. And now the Prosecco Hills are also UNESCO site, and they are very popular. And even if we had the problem, of course, of the lockdown and so on, now there are a lot of people that are going there also for 1 or 2 days just to have a look on the hills, and of course drinking Prosecco, because is in the wildlife of Treviso, and so it's we have a lot of space there.
With this countdown, we all need a nice glass of Prosecco, and I think Prosecco is a perfect segue to get to Chiara. Why? Because it's probably one of the sort of drinks that is mostly served during the unique sort of event that most of us had misfortune to share, which is a beautiful wedding. and destination wedding. So we talk about events, we talk about meetings, but of course, the most meaningful event of all for most of our lives is, of course, destination weddings. And now I want to talk to Chiara for a second about, it really is, if having an event, it's a no-brainer. Definitely having a wedding celebration in Veneto is a no-brainer on its own. We all know, so it's well documented how romantic Venice or the whole region really is, and of course, why not really celebrate that and really say goodbye to your freedom on on the beautiful day in the beautiful Venice. So, Chiara, tell us why we should sort of have our celebration in Veneto. And thank you very much for being with us. Ciao, Chiara.
Why, hi, hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be here and have the chance to introduce you Veneto Wedding. Well, getting married in Veneto is really a dream for a lot of couples because we are surrounded by such beautiful places, landscapes, history, art, and of course, food and wine. So it's an ideal place where getting married. So I'm very happy also to introduce you the activity we do with Veneto Wedding. And maybe first of all, it should be a good idea to share a video.
Okay.
And I think, Francesco, you have it. So if you can show it.
Okay.
So I would suggest we start from it, and then I will talk about it.
You got it.
Per i poteri conferitomi, vi dichiaro marito e moglie.
I have always dreamed of getting married in Italy. Breathtaking landscapes, never-ending beauty, excellent food. I only want the best for my friends and loved ones. I want to choose the style I preferred. But it would have been much too difficult to do it on my own. Fortunately, I met Veneto Wedding. Just one person to talk to for all the services. A wide variety of solutions, and the prices are clear from the beginning. My dream wedding has come true. And yours?
So here we are. And this was a small presentation of our services.
Sure.
And what we can do. So this was a wedding for a couple coming from England.
Oh.
And coming from England, yes. And it was really great because, Veneto Wedding is a network of companies. It's a network of 11 selected companies and with longer experience in organization of weddings and events. And of course, you can imagine organizing a wedding far away, so living abroad in Italy, it might be quite difficult or time consuming. And so in fact, that's why we organize everything from here. There's one person looking after all the details, all the connection to the suppliers, so from the florist, for the photographer, for the cake design, so that the couple can really decide everything, but at the same time with not a lot of time consuming and taking care of all the details.
For us, you make it happen.
Yes, we make a dream come true. That's our mission. And also, for us, the quality is extremely important, the quality of the details, but also that the people feel very comfortable and they feel very welcome in our region. As you saw before from the videos of my colleagues, Veneto is real beauty in Italy. It's a real beautiful place where to get married in the villas or castles or, surrounded by the vineyards of this very famous Prosecco wine. So, Veneto Wedding is there, in fact, to organize everything according to the tastes and the desires and the dreams of the couple. But not only that, because just to take the couple to taste and to try and to see what their wedding will be, we have organized some special experiential tours where they come here in Italy, and we take them around, and we show them all the locations, and we let them really feel and get emotions by our surroundings. So if I can share my screen,
please go
I will
ahead.
show you a small presentation. Here we are.
Here you are.
You can see it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. So we call them wedding aspirational tours because it's a way the couple can come here to Italy, see and really see and taste and imagine their wedding. So we really want them to feel the emotional part of the wedding, the emotional part of being here in Italy, and spend their most important day with their friends, with their relatives. So we have organized two different tours, spending 2 or 3 days with us, and we take them around. We take them around starting from the beginning of their landing in the airport or in the different hubs we have. So it could be in Venice or Treviso or Verona, where they decide to arrive, and we will guide them all day long through our region with very specific programs. So here, for example, you have an idea of what we call a gold tour. So we have two different options, gold tour and platinum tour. And so landing from Venice, we will show them all the locations, all the villa, all the castles where they can enjoy their meeting. But it's not only the wedding, sorry. But it's not only that. We will guide them also through an historical and emotional tour in our cities. This is an idea of the Platinum tour, because we really want them to see the beauty that surrounds us. So we will take them to Castelfranco Veneto, which is a very nice and beautiful medieval town here in the Treviso area. And then we will move also to see the villas. In this case, for example, you see a picture of Camarcello, which is a place where they can celebrate their wedding. So we will, how can we guide them? We will use very specific cars, because we want them to also taste the way they can move in our region. So with old cars, with sport cars, or even with a limousine if they want. So we can really take them according to the standard they like. And also for us, it's important to share them the taste of our cuisine. And of course, we will guide them through a real tour in our traditional food and our traditional wine. That's the reason why also we have planned, this is a picture of Castelfranco that I mentioned before, and that a sort of some ideas of the cars we can use. And also that's why we have decided to take them and to see the beauty of the Prosecco here, which is, they are the heritage site of one of the heritage site of Veneto. And since we have some locations there for the wedding, we really believe that they should feel and taste and get involved in the beauty and the history of our region and our area. So these tours are really thought for them to fall in love, let's say, with our region and with our area.
Yeah, I'm asking one question before you move forward, because I'm fascinated by the process. So, for example, a couple that does engage in this tour, if somebody is already committed with you in having a wedding there, or is somebody who's potentially interested in having an event there? So I'm fascinated by the process. Is somebody that's like, I'm thinking of having an event in Veneto, contact you, you show them around to see potentially where they can have the weddings, or are somebody that have been talking to you already at length that says, okay, we are definitely going to get married in Treviso, but I want to know more about the area. Who are the candidates that can take advantage of this tour?
Actually, actually we can take both of them, because sometimes it is people that are already contacted us and are interested in getting married here, so they are looking for a partner to organize their wedding. Or someone, for example, that they already heard about Veneto, the Land of Venice or Treviso, and they are curious about how they could eventually organize their wedding. So every couple, everybody can really take contact with us for the organization of the tour and for the organization of the wedding itself.
And one more question, and I'll let you. How many of, after you make this tour, I'm curious to see, that when you do destination weddings, then there's always the problem what you're going to do with your guests, after the ceremony is gone, the day before or after. The question I have for you are, some of the sort of this potential sort of couple sort of also thinking of potential day trip or 1 or 2 day trip for their guests. Is that also what they're trying to accomplish in this tour?
Yes, for sure. Some couples, in fact, they do think to stay here some days more, for example, and so we can organize for them a few days here, like a honeymoon, for example. Or also, they are thinking how their relatives, their friends, or their guests, how they can stay here and enjoy a few days more here in our region. And of course, we can organize everything for them. We can even organize buses. If it's a big group, we can organize a bus to take them around. So we can really give 100% service to make their stay and here beautiful, like our region.
Perfect. Go ahead.
So just to go on with it, to say the difference of the tours is that they can stay, it's planned for 2 or 3 days to see all the suppliers, to see all the locations, and to get really involved with our region, with our traditions, with our food and wine. And also, what some couples really like is the fact of getting in touch and see the Prosecco hills, because they see the origin of the wine they will drink during their wedding. So it's a sort of seeing the full process from the beginning to their wedding, how the wine can be produced and what they can really taste. So the interest of doing this tour is, in fact, to see and to decide to get in touch with all the suppliers, but at the same time to fall in love with it and decide to get married here in the Land of Venice.
Gotcha.
So for all the people that are in the webinar can download the presentation we have prepared. And of course, there are all the contacts, so they can get in touch with us for any questions, for some more details and everything. One thing is really for us important is that we can supply for a wedding all the different services, from the cake design to the photographer, for the locations, transports, flowers. So the service is really complete. We would like really a dream to come true, and the couple and their guests to really feel welcomed and feel really very, very comfortable here in this very, very beautiful region.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Chiara. So
thank you.
Yes, I want to thank all of you because we went a little bit further, and I want to say to our guests what we tried to attempt today, which is almost impossible. Really try to talk an entire super rich region, specifically for events, and we tried to crush it in an hour. I want to thank all of you because you've done an amazing job. And also, I want to say 2 things that I want to make sure that are clear to our attendees. And once again, of course, we didn't sort of mean to really go through the entire length of things that I've been able to offer the region because there's so much of it. But what was important, which I hope we accomplished, you now have face and people that you can contact, so that if you have an interest in having an event or having a wedding, now you have face and professionals that can really help you out, because they are directly, they have a great knowledge, of course, of everything that goes on in the region. They have the professional skills. They have been tested during the course of the years because they've done so many great events, and they can really get you the access to the entire region in one way or another. So I think this is very, very important As Chiara said, of course, you can contact her, you can contact Lisa, you can contact Laura to do so. So, of course, this concludes our webinar. We were supposed to have some questions, but once again, we ran a little bit long. So I want to thank all of you, Laura, Elisa, and Chiara. We were able to accomplish the impossible. I'm going to try to name it once again all the cities we'll be talking about. We talk about Venice, we talk about Padova, Rovigo, Belluno, Vicenza, Verona, and of course the beautiful Treviso. We talk about weddings, we talk about having events, congress, meetings, whatever your heart desires, you can have it. You can have the most spectacular event you want. You want it boring, you can get it boring. You can do it all. So with that, I want to, of course, thank all of our attendees for being with us today. I also thank the region of Veneto, who, of course, makes possible this collaboration and this event. And to all the attendees, you will be receiving a survey as usual. Please let us know what you think of this presentation. If you want to have more information, once again, we will make sure that all our organizers know that you want to have more information so you can get them. Lastly, we're also going to get your survey. Let us know if there's anything that needs to change. If you want to have some sort of different format on the event as well, we will try to get closer to you and to be able to serve you better. Lastly, I need to thank all our team here in North America that is working on this. Starting from our Toronto office, of course, I want to thank Salvatore and Sabrina. From our Los Angeles office, Emanuele and Fabrizio. And of course, from my New York office, I want to thank Caterina, Cosmo, and Marcia. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.